The first nominator is the son of Donald Eve. That's Don's son, Greg, and he's going to come up and provide the nomination information and then kind of works through some other parts of the induction. Greg?
Thank you. Good evening. Gary, could you join us too, please? I need help from some friends on this one. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight to help induct my father into the Hall of Fame. Due to my father having aphasia, it's hard for him to speak, and so we've asked some friends to help us get through this process. Joining me here are Teresa Breed, Wendy Lovelace, and Gary Mitchell, and they're each going to speak about some various aspects of my dad's career, and then I'll come back up and say a few things. So, Teresa?
Good evening. As Greg just mentioned, my name is Teresa Breed, and I am the marketing manager at Fremont Insurance Company. The reason I am standing here tonight, I'm going to try really hard not to cry, but the reason I am standing here tonight, and I say this with great pride, is because 25 years ago, Don Eve hired a young lady, and with his patience, he mentored somebody to be a young professional. I am one of many young individuals that he helped throughout the years. I was lucky enough to spend 5 years in the agency, learning and observing from a true insurance industry leader and innovator. Of course, Don made sure we learned the business by making sure that we spent an hour every week reading policies, discussing coverages, and discussing the business. Now, at 19, that's really not a fun thing to do. But he made sure we did it, and he made it fun, and it was great. So today, I know why he made us do that, and I am forever grateful. As I moved on in my career, during interviews, I heard time and again, once I saw Eve Insurance on your resume, I knew I had to meet you. What a testament to Don's achievement of developing young insurance professionals in the industry. I am one of many who feel the same way. I've spoken with Don many times over the years in my career, especially going from the agency side to the company side was a very big challenge for me. Don was very patient and spent several hours walking me through the T process, and I'll never forget that afternoon. It changed my life forever. The networking that became available and the people that I've met along the way are just amazing. And I tell young people all the time, the industry might not be the most glamorous, but the people inside the industry are amazing. And you'll have friends for the rest of your life. I would call him for advice over the years, and he never said he was too busy. He was always there to give us guidance, reassurance, and encouragement. In my travels, I have always been proud to say I was mentored by Don Eve, and I've always made a point to bring that up. He is a true industry leader in Michigan and around the country. He truly is an all-star for the Michigan industry, and we are lucky to have him in our midst. So from the bottom of my heart, Don, thank you very much. And thank you, Mary Lou, because for every successful man lies an extraordinary woman. Thank you.
My name is Wendy Lovelace. And you know, when I was young, I thought the word pioneer meant a person in a covered wagon. Didn't you? And then in 1995, I met Don Eve and some of his forward-thinking agents. You know, they were modern pioneers. Pioneers of our industry? No wagons? Well, I looked up pioneer in the dictionary, and I learned that pioneer is both a noun and a verb. And now I have to read to you about that. I Googled it. I didn't really use the dictionary. We don't use the dictionary, do we? A noun, is a person who is among the first to explore or settle a new country or area. The verb, develop or be the first to use or apply a new method, area of knowledge, or activity. So it turns out Don Eve is both a noun and a verb. And you know, we all knew that. Many of us knew that. He's a noun in part, and only in part, because of his role, together with 12 other extraordinary agents, some of them in this room, who are the founding fathers of the first 100% agent-owned insurance company in the state of Michigan. During the process, during the development of that company, that's when the verb Don came out and into action. That was a 2-year process. Don was an active campaigner. We had, as you can imagine, board meeting after board meeting after board meeting. We had regional meetings around the state. Don led many of them, traveled endlessly. And there were phone campaigns, which is one of all of our favorites. And again, Don was a fearless leader through all of that. So many decisions were made around those tables. So many decisions were made at those regional meetings. And then in April of 1997, the dream became a reality. The wagons were circled, and Great Lakes Casualty was born with 140 stockholders and new agents, the first company of its kind in the state of Michigan. With little or no time to breathe, the reality set in. We hardly had a moment to celebrate. Hi, Don. And what we had to do now was build a profitable insurance company, an insurance company that met the stockholders' needs. Stockholders in those days were looking for a competitive family market for automobile. That was our challenge. That was the task we took on. And what we also had to do was create a company that those agents and those owners could be proud of. Once again, Don met the challenge. Not only did he meet the challenge, but he met it with strength, with integrity. You know, he's a true pioneer. He's a true pioneer. He served in those days, in the early days. He served as the secretary of the company. He served on the executive committee and was instrumental in helping to guide the company to the success of its early years. I feel confident saying, and I know I speak for the rest of the group that were involved in that project, that Don was courageous in the face of adversity. He brought us strength, exceptional leadership, enthusiasm like nobody. Don can lead. Don can lead. And all of that was critical to the completion of this important project. And you know what else that's really important? We had a great time doing it. Don made it fun. Don knows how to smile. Don's awesome. And now it's my turn to have trouble. Don changed my life. He's awesome. He did marvelous things. And by the way, changed it for the better. I'm not crying because it wasn't good. It was good. It is good. Proving again something my dad is Fritz Lewis, if you know him, that's who he is. And he said to me when this journey began, he said, I was wondering, should I do this insurance thing? And I said to Dad, I don't know if it's important enough. And my dad said, I'll tell you one thing, Wendy. You will never meet a better group of people, a nicer group of people, than you will in the insurance industry. And you know, Don proved that to me day after day after day. And so I say to you, Don Eve is today and was a courageous pioneer that I happen to really love, and I respect him a lot. Congratulations, Don. Thank you all.
My name is Gary Mitchell, and I had the privilege of working for 22 years with the Michigan Association of Insurance Agents. And it is an honor to be with you tonight and to pay tribute to a man who I had the privilege, and I want to emphasize the word privilege, of working with and knowing for many years. As president and chairman of the marketing committee for the independent insurance agents of Genesee County, Don Eve was one of the early leaders in the development of marketing and advertising and enhancing the public image of the insurance industry, and particularly raising awareness of the value of independent insurance through paid media. Don Eve recognized the importance of distinguishing the independent insurance agent and linking it to a recognizable logo that was commonly referred to as the Big I. He did this long before the Independent Insurance Agents and Brokers of America initiated a branding program that was designed to put in place a recognizable logo. Don successfully orchestrated a local advertising program that customized TV, radio, and print ads and was instrumental in the enhancement of the local association co-op advertising program via the Michigan Association of Insurance Agents. His influence within the independent insurance agency system was unparalleled at that time. He served as chairman or a member of the communications committee for a longer time than anyone else affiliated with the Michigan Association of Insurance Agents. I always referred to him out of a deep sense of respect, appreciation, and fondness as Mr. Chairman. Don, you've come a long way. And these distinguished leaders that make up the Michigan Insurance Hall of Fame have recognized you as a worthy member. This Hall of Fame, regarded as the preeminent insurance place of honor, is reserved for those individuals who have made a significant and lasting contribution to the insurance industry and to society as a whole. I congratulate you, Don. You were always at the top of your profession, as evident by the fact that you were the recipient of virtually every insurance agent award. And you rightly deserve to be here tonight. Your induction into the Michigan Insurance Hall of Fame testifies to the esteem in which you are held tonight by your industry colleagues. You have, in the vernacular, made it. Thank you for your many years of support, friendship, and service, and may God always bless you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, all three of you. Teresa, Wendy, Gary, that was very touching. I personally would like to attest to my father's incredible work ethic and his ability to create remarkable results. In addition to the accomplishments that have already been discussed, he's published several industry manuals that have been purchased and used by countless agencies. He presented 325 or so seminars countrywide, attended by thousands of agents, and personally mentored hundreds of others. His willingness to share his knowledge and experience is probably going to be his greatest legacy as an agent. I've had the pleasure to meet many agents across the country, and inevitably they'll say, are you Don Eve's son? Yes. I saw him do a seminar back in the 80s, and I learned something that day that changed my business, and I attribute part of my success to having been there. So, again, his willingness to share, I think, will be his legacy. We should all be so lucky to find something that we're passionate about, something that we excel at, and something that people remember our efforts at it. And that seems to have been what his life has been. To that end, my father would like me to express the following. He'd like to express his deep appreciation for this great honor. Being inducted to the Michigan Insurance Hall of Fame is unexpected and humbling tribute. He'd like to convey his sincere gratitude to the selection committee and to his good friends that so graciously wrote letters of recommendation on his behalf. He's also very touched by the words that have been spoken here tonight. Finally, my father would like to acknowledge Mary Lou, his wife, my mother, that she truly has been a partner in all these endeavors and in all his success. And Dad, you wanted to?
I'm very honored. I'm very honored. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.